Okay, so now I'm in a position where I need to add text to my shapes. So I'm going to click on this second shape and just add the text decision. This particular shape here, I'll type documents. This one here, decision again. Process. Another process. And end. Now what I'd like to do is format all the text so it looks the same as the top box. I've made the top box have the font Arial, the font size 16, it's centered, and it's a shade of red. To quickly format all the other pieces of the text to look the same, I'm going to double click Start to select the word Start. I'm then going to go to my Home tab in the ribbon, and in the clipboard group I'm going to double click the Format Painter. If I rest on the Format Painter, you can see here this copies the formatting from one place and applies it to another. If you double click this button, you can apply the same formatting to multiple places in the document, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to paste this formatting to multiple places in my document. So I'm going to select the word Start, double click the Format Painter, and then double click the word Decision. Documents, Decision, Process, Process, and End. And so I've quickly formatted all the text to the same font size and colour, and then I turn the Format Painter off. Then I look at Decision and I think, oh, I need to resize some of these shapes, so I'm just going to make this shorter and wider, and I need to do the same to this one. Now my shapes have become a little bit out of alignment, and so I need to align these shapes. In fact, what I might do is drag some of these shapes and make them more out of alignment. Alright, let's start with aligning all the shapes through the centre here. I'm going to click on Start, hold the Shift key, and choose the arrows and all the shapes through the centre here. And I want to align these shapes all through the middle. So what do? What I do is I go to either the Drawing Tools Format tab and choose the Align button there. I think it's also under the text. No, it's not. It's under the Drawing Tools Format, but it's also under Home, and you've got alignment there as well. Using either alignment button, what I want to do is I want to line these through the centre. So I click Align Centre, and they're all now aligned directly through the centre. I might actually then use my left arrow to move them over to the left. So they're also in the centre of the page. Now these two need to be aligned probably to the bottom. So I'll click this shape, hold the Shift and click this shape. I'll go back to the Align button either here or under the Drawing Tools Format button tab and tell them to align to the bottom. And whoever's the most bottom shape, the other one will join them. And so now they're both aligned to the bottom. Now I need to also sort out my arrows. Some of them are a little bit skew-withy. So I'm going to click on this arrow and stretch it till it touches my decision shape. And the same with these arrows. And straighten it up a little bit. Sometimes when you're dealing with fiddly work as I am now, it pays to increase or zoom in with your zoom in button in the bottom right corner of your screen. And increase the magnification. By increasing the magnification, you can see any little bits that are out, and you can drag things and get them back into place. And that looks better. This one here is not quite touching, so I just stretch that as well. And just check the other shapes. This one here could be straightened up a bit. And that'll do, and then zoom out. So aligning is really important, and you've got an align button to align things to the bottom, to the top, to the left, the right. In fact, let's have a look. When I choose more than one shape, the options you get are to align to the left, through the centre, to the right, to the topmost one, through the middle, and to the bottommost one. So you have these various options here. Now the other thing you can do is you can group shapes together, and then they become one object. For example, I might lasso all of this diagram and group it as one object. So this has selected all the options. If I then go to the Drawing Tools Format tab and choose the Group button, which is also on the Home tab, here it is here, you can group these items. And now this is one object, and you notice that the place handles are not around each individual, but around the object as a whole, which makes it really easy to copy this particular shape as one object and to resize it as one object, as you can see here. And I can reduce it and move it as one object. Makes it great if you have to also copy and paste this into another document. I can just as easily ungroup it if I want to modify it in any way. So what I do is from the Home tab, or again from the Drawing Tools Format tab, so I choose the option to ungroup, and now it's back to a collection of bits. You'll find when we were working with building blocks earlier that some of these objects, so if I go to page 4, some of these objects are grouped, and if you want to modify them, sometimes you're going to need to ungroup them. So they become a collection of bits that you can then modify and then lasso them back together and group them again. Same with this guy. You may choose to ungroup it, now it's two parts, and then regroup it, and now it's one part.